Good morning. How are we? It is dark. You can see I've got my lights on today. It's a really dark, dreary day here, which is a shame. But it's good writing weather. So I am very much in end of term energy. The kids are tired, we're tired, working in schools obviously has an effect on on my energy. That said, business wise, writing wise, things are going really amazingly well, and I'm looking forward to feeding everything back to you. It is a season where things are quite good anyway, because we're coming up to World Book Week, so there's school visits coming, there's a lot of sort of organising and what have you. Everything's pretty good. However, ads. I've got my ads working, and that is just crazy. I've literally got, part of the reason why I was 2 or 3 minutes late is because I was packaging up books. I've got 8 packages, not all just with one book in. Some have got 2 or 3. So I've got 8 packages sat ready to go, which are orders since lunchtime on Saturday. And that's just crazy. I will definitely be making content on YouTube, but also other platforms about ads, about what I've learned and the difference it's made. And I will share my numbers in terms of how many books sold, how much profit that's made, what's worked, what hasn't, all of that stuff I will share. But yeah, it's awesome. It's it's really blown my mind that it works, and to kind of see how I wasn't doing it right before. But I don't think that information is easily accessible. So I will be sharing what I've learned and good people to sort of point you in the direction of, who are sources of good information. So all of that is coming. What else has been going on? I had a braces appointment on Friday. I will have a vlog going up this weekend in my normal Saturday time when I upload, and it's exciting. I haven't got long left. So yeah, that'll be this week's video. And the video that went up on Saturday was about GPSR, which is a really important piece of legislation to be aware of. So if you don't know about it, go and check that out. So in terms of the live stream today, I am just going to get into writing the karate book that I've been working on as usual. Let me know how you guys are doing. It's funny, I've got so many books, like I've got such creative energy at the moment, but time is finite. And so yeah, I'm really excited for lots of kind of ideas swimming around, and potentially being a little bit more kind of what's the word, releasing more books, prolific. That would be amazing. Good morning to Left Mouse Right, the dog up really early. Yeah. I'm glad that you're joining me. My dog is quiet, which is worrying. We took her to a dog field on yesterday, Sunday. She's a lurcher, so she kind of needs to run, but she also is completely untrustworthy off the lead. Her recall isn't great. Even if her recall was good, if she saw any kind of small animal, she wouldn't care and she'd be gone. And so I don't think we can ever trust her. I don't see a point, even with lots of training, where we'd ever be able to trust her off lead. And our old dog used to go off lead and she was great. She did occasionally used to see a fox and disappear, but that wasn't very often. She was, her recall was really good. And it was so lovely. Like I used to go running with her, trotting alongside me. Lucy cannot, and I don't think she'll ever be able to, but she really needs to run because she's a sight hound. So we took her for her birthday to a dog field near us, and she loved it. She was filthy. She was just running and running and running. So we think we're probably going to take her there about once a month so that she can just run, because for sight hounds, it's really good for their brains. They just need to, ideally we'd do it more than that. Ideally, she'd be able to run off lead a lot, but she just can't. She's not safe. And our garden isn't big enough. Our old house, I was saying to my husband, our old house had a huge garden and she would have loved that, although she would have turned it into a mud pit. But Yeah, she can't like run, so that's nice. If she can just once a month just properly let off steam, then that would be really nice for her. So yeah, she's a little tired today, so hopefully not causing problems wherever she is. I think she's gone upstairs. Yeah, so those are the things for today. I'm going to get into some writing as usual. It's 3 lots of 15-minute writing sprints that we can do together. So I'll be back here for a little chat in 15 minutes. Enjoy some writing. Okay, guys, that was 15 minutes. It didn't feel like it. It just rushed on by. I did not end up working on the karate book. I have an outstanding newsletter. Last week I was working on some newsletters, and I'm just quickly finishing up one that didn't go out last week, so I was waiting on some details. So I'm just going to get that finished up and sent. I'm almost done, literally the last 2 or 3 sentences to do, and then I will send that, and then I'll get on with the karate book. How are you? What are you writing on? Working on? Writing and working on. So, as I say, I feel like I've got lots of creative energy, but I also have lots and lots of things that I need to get done. So, the plan this week is that tomorrow I am going to send the soil book for its final proofread. And so then that will go to print as soon as I've got that back and kind of work through any adjustments that need to be done on that. So that's exciting. So realistically, once that's gone to print, as long as the proof is fine and approved, that's that done. That's that project completed, beside the planning of the book launch, which I need to have a little look at. So that's really exciting. That's like literally finishing energy. And then I'll put my phone on silent. With the World Book Week coming, I need to plan some of my activities. And what I would like to do is make sure that everything's planned, all my worksheets are printed. One of the things I like to do is get my worksheets printed by a local print shop, because then that kind of big printing in bulk is expensed, rather than just doing it on like our personal printer at home. So, but that requires enough planning to make sure that all of that is done and like put in separate folders and labeled up and all that kind of stuff. So that's one of my plans to get done this week. Realistically, with that and kind of setting up a video, that's probably my week. So it's half term next week. So we'll see how things go, because part of me is thinking, well, I'm in quite a good place that there's nothing that I would have to do. There are things that I absolutely would like to do. I've still got the audiobooks hanging over my head. I need to decide what I'm doing with those, because my ISBNs would depend on that, what order I'm doing my ISBNs in. So potentially, depending on the kids, I can continue working through those. I've got 2 edited, so that's a thing that I can get done. But yeah, next week I'm kind of hoping that I can spend some quality time with the kids. There's a few days out they'd like to do, and just doing stuff at home, taking them to the park, things like that. And then we hit the ground running in March with World Book Week. It's crazy. Like, things take so long. I look at it and I think, well, oh yeah, I'll have that done in a week or 2. And then it just takes weeks and weeks and weeks. But there we are. So essentially, once all of those things are done, World Book Week is over, then I should have some creative time, which will be really nice, because as I say, I've just got lots of ideas and things that I feel like I can just like blitz through, given the time to do it. But I mean, seriously, like I'm feeling really privileged that I've got a book that I'm working on that's coming out and all of that. Like, these are good problems, but that's where I'm at anyway. That's my update. So yeah, I'm going to get into another 15-minute sprint. I will do a bit more on the karate book, and I'm going to just finish off this newsletter first, because that does need to go out today. And Left Mouse Right is working on a mystery. Cool. Mystery Elements. Not sure what it is exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm working on a contemporary fantasy that, I mean, it is a contemporary fantasy, but it's got elements of other things. It's hard to like pigeonhole it. Calling it a novella in my head to lessen the pressure of a full novel. Yeah, I'm feeling that one. I think the karate book's going to be quite short, but that's fine. I mean, when I say short, probably might be 50,000 words perhaps, but that's cool, because it just is as long as it needs to be. All right, I am gonna get on with it. So I'll put myself on mute, and we'll be back here for another chat in 15 minutes. All right, guys, that's another 15 minutes done. Again, it has whizzed by. Let me know what you were working on. I got that newsletter done and sent off, so that was good. And now I'm getting into some writing. I've written a paragraph, so how exciting. But yeah, it's funny how these things ebb and flow, how sometimes you can be like massively in the mood for writing and other times you're not. And then frustrating how when you're massively in the mood, you don't have the time. Like I literally could go on a writing retreat right now and write for like 2 weeks straight. But what can you do? You know, it's life. Life goes on. And although my neurodiverse self would love to hyper focus, I mean, at university I was that guy. I would just not do nothing. I was always very work conscious, but I would like research, go to the library, read, also go out because university. And then I would leave my assignment until a couple of weeks before it was due in, and then I would just work on it solidly. And I was a person who naturally started working later in the day because I do need to procrastinate a bit before I get into doing stuff. I'm much better now. I have my systems that get my brain going, and I think I'm very much a creature of habit. So I just kind of force myself into these routines. But naturally, I would like get up, do all of my chores and little jobs, and then get into working and then be in the zone for hours and hours and hours. But realistically, I can't work like that. I don't have the time to indulge in working like that. I have kids that need stuff and a limited work day. But wouldn't that be cool to just be like, I'm feeling the energy, I'm just going to work for hours and hours and hours and like stay up late, still going, and just be like, yes, completed it. Because for me, it's really hard to tear myself away and be like, okay, I'm just gonna have to stop there. I'm in the middle of something, but that's that. I've got other stuff I need to do. So yeah, it's funny when you think about like your natural rhythms, but I obviously do not live on my own like a hermit. Can just write whenever, but it would be cool to experience that every now and again. Yeah, as you can see, I'm in a particularly rambly mood today. I bought a new jumper on Vinted that I'm liking. It's got really wizardy sleeves. How cool are they? I'm very much enjoying this jumper. I'm very much enjoying Vinted and selling things on Vinted as well. So that's nice. It's nice to have like the whole sustainable thing. I should say I had a series on YouTube last year. I think I did like 4 or 5 episodes about sustainability, and I set up a Facebook group, and it has died. And I haven't actually publicly said that basically I have to streamline what I do. I would love to do it. I really enjoyed doing it. But it needed more energy than I have in order to like regularly post in the Facebook group, promote it, put the energy into the like filming of the video and making sure that everything I did was like within the time frame. And I know it might seem like that's not that difficult to do, just a few posts and whatever, but obviously that's in amongst everything else. And so whilst I still pursue the sustainable things that I enjoy and I want to, you know, do and continue to change my life in that way, in terms of actually having it as a series on YouTube, it's not going to happen. So I think it will be sporadic videos here and there. I'm going to close the Facebook page, and the videos will be if I've got something I want to say, like a swap that's really worked for me, or maybe like a number of swaps, and just, you know, but I've really kind of focused down into writing and books and just trying to simplify, because I want to do so many things, but I can't. So yeah, I still enjoy buying secondhand and cooking from scratch and discovering sustainable brands and all of those things. But in terms of creating content, that can't be, I don't have the energy and time for it. One day, but I will make some content. It just won't be like a focused, I'm making a series that I'm doing once a month. And because then I would find that I had other stuff I had to put out, and I again can't be that organized because the sort of planning involved is really difficult when, again, that's rolling into like, what am I doing in terms of teaching and what have the kids got going on, and things need to flow a little bit more for me, I think. And I just can't commit to something in that, like, really, right, we're doing this thing and I'm going to develop like a side of my business that's devoted to that. Obviously I care about environmental things. I have a number of books that are on that thing, but yeah, it's just not something that I could give the time to. Right, let's do our last 15-minute sprint, and then we'll have a last little chat at the end. Oh, I still have my banner up. What a surprise. Okay, so I'm going to mute myself and we will write for another 15 minutes. Let's go. All right, guys, that's us done. My internet doesn't seem to be the best today. Do you know, we realized I thought my website had gone down at the weekend. And because I've got ads going, I was like, oh no. And my husband was out and he came home and I was like, oh, I'm trying to fix my website. There's a problem with it. It's not loading. And he looked at it and went, I'm not sure that's what it is. I think it's our internet. And then he turned off and went on to just data and was like, yeah, look, your website works. I was like, oh. So we may change our internet so that it's better. But yeah, do you know, I remember in the old house, we went through a period of time where our upload speeds were shocking, to the point where, this was during COVID, I used to have to drive to upload a video to a place that had a better router that I could use, basically like a public thing, because my home, just internet was shocking. But yeah, we think we might upgrade a little bit because it's okay, it's fine, but it definitely could be better. Okay, so I wrote a couple of paragraphs. So that's really cool. I think what I need to do with this book right now is spend some time when I'm not on a live going through and tidying it all up and seeing where I need to then go back in when I'm on a live, because I'm kind of finished up the bit that I was working on and then was looking, going, what should I do next? So I think I just need some like offline time on that book before I come back to it next week. Next week, my kids will be off. It's half term. So that's fine. I can still be here next week. I haven't got any other plans, I don't believe. So I will schedule this video as usual. So sometimes in the holidays, it's tricky if we have a commitment, but Monday morning, I don't believe we do. So I will be here, and my kids are used to mummy's live streaming. They like it because they get screen time. So that will all be all good. All right. So I'm going to finish up. I hope you got some stuff done. If you're not watching this live, I hope you still got some stuff done. Let me know. You might notice I've changed up my thumbnails. I've been meaning to do it for ages. I finally did it, and I went and did it. Oh, my internet's gone dodgy. Sorry if that was a bit, I can see my internet's not great. Yeah, I went back and changed my thumbnails for about 6 months worth of videos so that they look a bit more professional. Instead of me like on a live stream looking questionable as I pull a funny face. All right, I will see you next week. I hope you have a lovely week and do lots of writing and all the bookish stuff goes well. Take care. I'll see you all soon.